And LDZ's not playing. What?
LDZ does not play Queen 9-2s. It's kind of like a known thing.
So he's going to Diana of all characters, a 3 defense gun and bow character.
Well, believe it or not, his guns have actually been kind of insane. He's been getting top 8 in the EU tournaments lately. He's been playing in those for some reason, and he is beating out some EU players like Logic and Mazi in 1v1s, even with the ping differential. But he's definitely been liking gun characters, really likes the bow as well, been practicing a lot of different things. But it's kind of a no joke that LDZ is actually very terrible at 2v2s. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they're going to be able to bring it out over King 2. His legit Punisher already goes in with those sidelight nairs and tries to get that recovery follow-up, nearly connects as LDZ just manages to get past it. Trays have been rather even, but that end sig will put a lot of damage on LDZ as he gets hit by the recovery afterwards.
LDZ is already in the red, and that's what I'm talking about, that 3 defense Diana. It's just, you can't, there's just so many more damage sources in a 2v2 that 3 defense is very difficult to work with. Antipop is in the red as well. STP Wilson and Legit Punisher only in the yellow, and Legit Punisher has LDZ off the map, gets one Sair. Can he finish it off? No, LDZ gets to the wall.
And Legit Punisher covering Antipop as he tries to be able to save LDZ with there. And the down sig actually clips to the very bottom, is straight to the point. Wilson gets that KO. LDZ tries to go for a GC attempt, but that recovery will kill him.
Stock advantage going the way of King 2. Neutral lights. LDZ getting a little bit of damage. Can they finish off the stocks?
And light goes on to straight to the point. Wilson. Recovery tries to come off to kill him off the top, but doesn't quite work out. Another recovery will do it.
And LDZ able to get a dare to stop Legit Punisher from turning it around onto him. Side sig! That range is massive, and I don't think Legit was ready for it. But with the stock even up, Legit Punisher is coming in with a fresh stock, and he pops in the yellow, but LDZ is juggling STP Wilson very high.
Yeah, LDZ actually finding multiple nairs and recoveries on Wilson here, and he's already brought him into the red with those gun combos. If you get hit by 3 or 4 nairs, you're going to find yourself quickly nearing kill percent against the likes of any gun legend, as LDZ goes for another recovery. LDZ definitely likes to kill people with recoveries on guns. That's what we see him do mostly in 1v1s when he does play a legend with guns. And now Legit Punisher on the side of the stage goes for siders with the spear. Sidelight comes out. LDZ goes for that side-air sidelight and actually connects out. Wow, spear recoveries are coming out left and right here from the blue team as he gets a nice D-light side-air. Hits Antipop off the side of the stage. LDZ disarmed. Let me make it back. No, the recovery sends him high, but he's still not dead yet. The side sig will do it.
Sig from Wilson catches LDZ. Down sig from Legit Punisher catches Antipop. And they had so much damage on STTP Wilson that I'm surprised they weren't able to take it off of him. But right now, can they do it? No, Wilson is going to stay behind the safety net of his teammate. LDZ gets the recovery onto Wilson.
Those are definitely going to be the only kind of kills that we're going to be seeing from LDZ throughout this entire game. That is his KO. Punisher with those guns gets a nice end light. Actually brings Legit Punisher into the orange. Punisher tries to toss the bomb off the stage. Antipop gets a nice side air. Down airs into sidelights actually coming out, and Wilson's taking an incredible amount of damage on this last stock. They're actually doing a good job of being able to focus out Queen 9 over anybody else, as Legit Punisher clearly is being able to have a little bit more comfortable in this matchup. Down air comes out, no follow-up.
Antipop tried to follow up after that down air, but instead went for a nair instead of possibly like a neutral light. And instead, Wilson is going to be surviving. LDZ gets a nice recovery on the Legit Punisher. Here's their chance. Neutral light into the down sig of LDZ, and stock advantage is now going the way of the Silky Smooth boys. But
they try to set that black hole, but unfortunately, LDZ doesn't get the unarmed hit off. But yeah, Legit Punisher now in a 2v1 situation. But here's the thing, I have seen Punisher in 2v1s before, and he can pull this off. He's quite crazy. The only other player that I know that's able to do things like this really well is Jellyfish. You see he's constantly using his jumps just to stay above. A sidelight comes out, and he goes for a recovery, forces LDZ to go really high. But all those jumps are used correctly, but both players are really near kill percent. Legit Punisher just really needs to find a nice side sig from Orion to be able to end one of their stocks, and he can definitely take this.
Playing so insanely safe on the side of Legit Punisher. Something that he is a little bit known for is just playing very, very safe. And you can see he is just making sure that he doesn't get caught by any sort of black holes, going from one side of the map to the other, throwing out max range Sairs. Gets a sidelight, wants to finish off LDZ, but he knows that if he risks too much, Antipop might be there to punish him. So instead, he's going to back off, and he's just going to wait for his opportunity.
Sidelight comes out from Antipop, but doesn't do anything. You can see Legit Punisher really isn't putting out any moves other than downers and side airs. Like, he's not putting anything that lags him enough to get hit by any of those neutral light moves. As LDZ gets side air, that's the stock!
And Antipop's not able to go in after Legit Punisher. Side air, Legit Punisher might be able to do it. Antipop gets to the bottom of the map, but the health advantage is definitely in the King's camp. Anti-pop.
Oh, he has the bomb. He just tosses it aside, not even going for the risk. And the Cider will do it.
There's a Sair. Anti-pop.
He's got a dodge coming up in just a little
Got
bit.
a dare. Yep.
All right, this is really scary. Legit Punisher has not gotten hit by anything,
Oh,
and then Hensing will do it. He didn't take any damage in that 1v2. That was crazy, and that's what I'm talking about. Legit Punisher in a 1v2 is so insanely focused. Able to take out that 1v2 almost flawlessly. Like LDZ had no idea what to do with the guns or the bow in that situation. I think it would have actually been better if he just if they just decided to have each of them try to go for a 1v1 instead of try to set up something with a black hole or something like that, because I think because they did that, it allowed a Legit Punisher to get way too many hits in, and he just ended up taking the game with pure down airs and side airs.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end, you saw LDZ was unarmed, kind of going a little bit too aggressive, and I want to think that he was trying to bait himself a little bit for Anti-pop to come get the punish, but
ooh, and a Vrax switch
didn't
up.
Work out. Anti-pop is now switching it up. He's going to go on to Vrax, but Vrax is 4 defense. Diana's 3 defense. Wait, am I? Wait.
No, Diana's definitely not a 3 defense character. I believe that
Sorry,
she's
I'm thinking of Brawlhalla. How much defense does Diana have?
Oh, I think her stat setup is 5-4-5-4. I believe she's got 5 or 4 defense. Chat can confirm, but I think it's 5. Yeah, she's statted very similarly to Bodvar in the sense that it's very uneven distribution of stats. As Legit Punisher gets a side air coming out. Yeah, it's confirmed. Diana is 5 defense. And
I'm sorry. I'm super dumb right now, and I've been thinking about Jala the whole time. Anyways, Legit Punisher is already in the red. It looks like a slight change, just that little switch to the Vrax might be enough for the side of the Silky Smooth, but the neutral sig, Legit Punisher is trying to get the finishing blow, but LDZ gets a neutral light onto him. And the side sig from Wilson takes down LDZ.
Side lights are coming up from Anti-pop as Anti-pop gets a nice down air into side air. LDZ gets a nice side sig and tries to follow up to be able to KO Legit Punisher here, but Anti-pop can't actually get it off as a Nair comes out. LDZ being put a little bit more damage onto him as Wilson's already been brought into his second stock. But that side sig will do it, and Legit Punisher has the opportunity to really take a lead here as he holds on to his first stock.
Legit Punisher, I mean, he got to the red fairly quickly, but just the side of the Silky Smooth boys was not able to finish off this stock. Anti-pop wants it, but not able to do so. It's a nice dare. So much force on the Legit Punisher.
Ooh, but that side
in
air
the orange
sends LDZ into the lance, and Wilson tries to end it with a nice side sig there, but he's interrupted. LDZ staying with the guns on the side of the stage. Anti-pop trying to carry them off stage to the lance, but a nice end air from Legit Punisher puts him into a position to where Legit Punisher might be able to get a KO onto LDZ, and that side sig will do it. Nice end light into recovery, puts Anti-pop near the orange as he tries to go in for a down air. Anti-pop holding onto the guns. He gets a nice down air. Doesn't go for a side air follow-up as he messes up his follow-up. He just put out an air, and Wilson tries to land with a nice neutral air, and it actually connects. LDZ being brought into the yellow. Legit Punisher barely taking any damage on the stock as he goes for a D-Light Nair follow-up, not putting out the Sair. And a side light will catch LDZ off of that weapon. Side air follow-up as well as he gets an end sig.
Neutral sig catches LDZ.
He kills Wilson.
What? Legit Punisher absolutely killed Wilson, and STTP Wilson went with a neutral air onto LDZ. If he had caught him with a dare, it actually could have taken down LDZ as well, but LDZ is on his last stock. Anti-pop is in the red, and Legit Punisher 2 stocks in the yellow only.
Ooh,
looks like they were going for the dare black hole.
They were indeed, and Wilson actually being put a lot of damage onto him there as he's hit by 3 of the dares. Recovery tries that KO Anti-pop at the top. He dodges right in the face of that side sig. Very scary for Anti-pop, but he's putting the damage on a Legit Punisher, and if he gets the stock here, he might actually be able to get an advantage, but no, LDZ already being brought into kill percent on his last stock, and Anti-pop's not going to be alive for very much longer at this rate as Wilson putting out side sigs and ground pounds. Neither of them really connecting, but Anti-pop nearing kill percent. Did Wilson just die again?
Wilson is in trouble, and that is Wilson's stock falling to his death. Little bit of a guarantee with Anti-pop with that dare. Legit Punisher once again has the 1v2, but we've seen what he can do in this situation. Both of his opponents are in the red. Legit Punisher might be in the red, but LDZ sent his teammate flying after him, and the ground pound drops.
But he gets that falling side air, and that does it. They now have 3 stocks to 1, but I still don't want to say that this is in red team's advantage. Legit Punisher's just going to try to end LDZ's stock right away. I expect to see LDZ and Anti-pop play this a little bit differently. They're not going to be fishing for any black holes. I want to see them go for isolated 1v1s here on Legit Punisher, but that cider will do it. Anti-pop has got the 1v1, and Legit Punisher is looking to end the stock right away as he puts out a GC down sig.
This is in no way over. Legit Punisher, that's what I was about to say. All he has to do is get one good hit on the Anti-Pop, and it's now a 1v1. Anti-Pop has to do this 1v1 with no weapons as of yet. There's the Lance pickup.
As Lance
Legit Punisher, I would be surprised if Legit Punisher made any major commitments one way or the other. I assume he's going to want to guarantee this win.
Ooh, it actually runs into the headlight. Alright, so Anti-Pop's going to look for getting a lot of damage on with those Vrax 6. It's interesting because I feel like both these weapons that are on Vrax are things that Anti-Pop likes to use in 2v2s, not necessarily 1v1, but he's just walking forward with sidelights, and Legit Punisher's actually getting hit by a lot of these hurt boxes that Anti-Pop's throwing out, but Anti-Pop goes in for the side stick, doesn't connect. Legit Punisher gets in with a down air, tries to get a little bit more on, no longer approaching from the ground, goes from the air, and a side air connects, put Punisher into the red. Anti-Pop's doing quite well in this Vrax as he takes the guns against Punisher's weapons. Definitely likes guns against Lance and Spear, and the down air catches him out of the recovery.
Neutral air. Anti-Pop is getting Legit Punisher into the red. Can he finish off this stock? Legit Punisher. And now you're seeing a little bit more of that safety, a little bit of that footsie as he looks for the opportunity to get a max range Sair.
Has the guns, going for side airs, puts out a side sig and puts him in prime position to get hit by a sidelight. Anti-Pop's just going for these signatures that Legit Punisher's just not willing to walk into. He's just waiting for his opportunities to get his aerials in. A side air puts Punisher off the stage. He goes for a falling dare, doesn't connect, and Punisher's looking to get a side air finish here on Anti-Pop. Doesn't even want to open up with the downlight. No hurt boxes that he puts out to get himself damaged, but a side air sends him flying once again. This is incredibly close, and this is going to decide whether or not King 2 moves on to semis, or Silky Smooth has a chance to be able to take it to game 3, and the side air will do it!
And we're going to game 3 between King 2 and Silky Smooth.
No.
Oh, poor Ken. Definitely has somewhere that he needs to go pretty soon, and the game doesn't end up ending in Legit Punisher's favor to take it to game 3. Anti-Pop actually showing up on that Lord Vrax, which really surprised me.
But look how much damage Legit Punisher had on him. 817.
That's a ridiculous amount.
That's absurd.
It's kind of crazy, and it just shows how well Legit Punisher is actually able to maneuver around on 2v2 to make sure that the moves that he gets hit by, or where he gets hit by those moves, allows him to be able to stay on the stage. And in those two versus 2 situations, I mean, he had to come back from 3 stocks. He was down 3 stocks, 1-3, and he was able to bring it out that close. Unfortunately, not being able to win it.
Well, this is it. The moment of truth. Legit Punisher is thinking long and hard about if he wants to play Orion or if he wants to play Orion. I don't, maybe he has to go to the restroom. I don't actually know what's happening right now. It looks like they have decided on the map. It's going to be Ship. We're going to see a Legit Punisher and STTP Wilson versus LDZ and Anti-Pop. If Legit Punisher and STTP Wilson close this out, they're going to be going on to try to avenge their Kingdom Esports brothers. On the other side, LDZ and Anti-Pop don't really have any major reason to win besides that they want to.
Yeah, LDC really enjoys winning GC tournaments just for the heck of it. And this one's kind of a bigger deal because it's more than a community clear code that he gets. He gets money, which is always fun to have. That's all I have to say on that. As they go into game 3 here, and they're sticking to all their legends. I'm surprised. I was thinking that LDZ might switch it up from Diana to something else throughout the middle of the set because he's not been using the bow for very much. It's been mainly guns, and being able to have a legend that has a different weapon might help him. But maybe he just likes these signatures. Either way, we're seeing all the same legends from all these players on a small 2v2 map, which is shipwreck. It's a Nair connects from Anti-Pop. Anti-Pop gets another little bit of damage onto Wilson, but doesn't find a down air. And red team is finding themselves fall behind in the damage game.
Anti-Pop trying to walk those Sair forward. Gets multiple Sairs onto both of the blue team members, but LDZ gets sent into the sky with a recovery from SCB Wilson. There's another recovery. LDZ has yet to touch the ground for about 5 seconds, and he gets back. Yeah,
Wilson and Punisher were making sure that LDZ was forced to go as far away from them as possible, but there's a nice Sair juggle that was going on, as these guns are definitely what's carrying Silky Smooth into winning, possibly winning this game.
Oh,
the side stick clips him.
Connects.
And LDC's got to wait patiently for Wilson to stop throwing out this purple lightning as he tries to get back onto the stage. Ground pound comes out on the recovery, nearly kills Wilson off the top, but he's still not in the red yet as he holds on to the spear and has LDC right where he wants him. Wow, ground pound leads into a weapon toss that has a kill, but Legit Punisher gets that Sair. And that will do it. Solid 2-stock lead for blue team.
This is not where you want to be. If you are the Silky Smooth boys, They know that they need every advantage possible going into the end game if they want to secure this. LDZ is looking for the recovery on STTB Wilson, but Wilson makes it through. LDZ tries to get forward, but gets caught by the dare from his teammate. There's a recovery to finish off LDZ, but just look at how much damage has been put onto Antipop and LDZ.
Yeah, LDZ, not too damaged, but Antipop on Brax is kind of dangerous for him. And Wilson definitely not having any trouble being able to get damage on here. He tries to take Antipop off stage, and the downsig connects, and Antipop's already low on jumps. He has to dodge to get back on the stage, and that downsig will send him even farther into the red. Ground pound come out. No, the recovery saves Antipop as he goes back to the ledge, but legit Punisher is destroying LDZ in this 1v1. Cider disarms Antipop, sends him flying. He has so much damage on him right now as a down air actually leads Wilson into recovering both players out near the top. Wilson just dies to himself. Oof. Nice Z coming out from Wilson, and that actually is a pretty big deal. He was not too damaged. LDZ and Punisher have about the same amount of damage. Downsig will do it, but if Punisher is able to be KO'd here quite quickly, LDZ and Antipop could possibly take it.
It's Punisher. He has been able to extend stocks like no other throughout this entire set, and I don't expect anything different to come out right now. Instead, I think LDZ and Antipop should be focusing a little bit towards STP Wilson and just hope that they can get into this 1v2 situation a little bit faster.
Side sig from Wilson doesn't connect, but he gets a nice end leg. Tries to go for that GC down sig. I think if an end sig came out, he actually would have hit LDZ. And Punisher is still holding on to the second stock. Siders are coming out, but a down air from LDZ will put Wilson into the position to get a little bit more damage. But Red Team is falling farther and farther behind as they take more damage. Punisher still has another stock to work with. And the side sig, wow, okay, ground pound from Wilson takes out Punisher.
Antipop gets up. Can they finish off this stock of SCP Wilson? No, instead, they are now in a very dire situation. Both of the Silky Smooth boys are in the red, whereas SCP Wilson is still alive and legit Punisher's coming in with a basically fresh stock.
Both players playing with the guns, however, is whoa. Punisher gets in with that sidelight in there. LDZ is just recovering as high as possible. He just wants to wait as long as he can before he has to come back into the stage. These nairs are nearly killing off the top. Red Team is damaged so much as the ground pound doesn't connect. LDZ actually gets a nice downer and a cider. Tries to go for a recovery. Wilson still not in kill percent, but they're surprisingly not dying here as Blue Team cannot find any moves to KO either member of the Red Team. Wow, that downer actually interrupting that end sync from Wilson, and Wilson gets the recovery. That'll be it. LDZ has to pull out a miracle here if he wants to be able to take out this game, because not only does he have to KO Wilson, but he has to put damage on the Punisher while he's already at high kill percent.
LDZ's got to be a lot more careful. He almost fell to his death without getting hit at all, burning everything just to stay there, and there's just a spear toss.
Wilson just tosses his
He knows it.
Legit Punisher tosses him with a spear down. 2 mocks to the head will do it as LDZ